The last Islamic caliphate to rule significant portions of the world was the Ottoman Empire. Based in Constantinople at its peak, the Ottomans had an empire that covered most of the Middle East, Eastern Europe, North Africa, the Caucasus, and what is now modern-day Turkey. At the outbreak of World War I, they sided with Germany. Immediately in response, Great Britain, France, and Russia declared war on the Ottoman Empire. Once the global conflict was over with the Ottomans and their German allies defeated, in 1924, the first president of Turkey abolished the Caliphate, and the Ottomans withered away. Brother Geoffrey Clement is a historian and a professor at St. Francis College. He tells me the Ottoman Empire represented nothing new. Caliphates have existed throughout much of history, dating back 1400 years to the death of the Prophet Muhammad, which left a leadership void in the Muslim world.
Europe had their kings, so you had one-man rule. And the Caliph is the same kind of idea. In the case of Islam, he's supposed to be the successor to Muhammad, because politics and religion are really two different sides of the same coin in the Islamic world, and they were in medieval Christian Europe as well.
With the dawn of Al-Qaeda, Osama bin Laden declared the terror organization's ultimate goal to be the establishment of what he called the righteous caliphate of our Ummah, a word from the Quran that means a world ruled by Muslims. Bin Laden's mentor and today's Al-Qaeda leader, Ayman al-Zawahiri, believes that once the caliphate is re-established, Egypt will become the rallying point for all of the Islamic world, and from there, the final jihad against the West will be launched. Brother Clement tells me this fanatical concept of a caliphate turns history on its head.
It's very different from the historical processes. Yes, there was military conquest, certainly, but not extermination. Non-Muslims clearly occupied a second-class status. You had to pay a certain tax called the dhimmi, which Muslims did not have to pay. It was also a mark of your inferior status and your subjugation. You weren't forced to convert or anything like that, but many people did, whether for genuine religious reasons or political and economic ones.
With over 500,000 people fleeing from just Mosul alone, past patterns show that once Middle Eastern Christians flee to the West, they do not return.
The Christian population in the Middle East has declined precipitously within the last 10, 15 years. You've got Syrian Christians, Lebanese, Egyptian, Palestinian Christians, and their numbers have declined either through basically being killed or exterminated or fleeing the area.
Many of the Christians who had previously survived Iraq's religious persecution found refuge in Mosul, a site with a 2,000-year-old Christian history. It is widely considered by Christians the last place of resort inside Iraq. For Currents, I'm Michelle Powers.